Welcome to Pods and Pies, our fake sponsor today.
Fake sponsor. The pie today is Domino's. Yeah. We usually get the pie pizza.
We do get the pie a lot.
And we are trying to get a sponsor.
Okay.
For the podcast.
All right.
Just a pizza company to give us one, two pizzas every few, whenever we do it, whatever week. But we haven't got there.
We haven't got
there. We keep mentioning it. We keep tagging. We keep calling, but no one wants to give us a free pizza. So we're actually waiting for somebody maybe to come on that knows actually somebody at the pie. We'd like the pie. I don't know if you had the pie.
The pie is phenomenal.
Dude, it is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
And that's usually what we do.
Usually what we get.
But I think their specialty pizzas are much better.
Okay.
We kind of have a beef with their pepperoni.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know how they do the pepperoni?
Well, I mean, like it looks like just cheese pizza because there's just so much cheese on top of the pepperoni.
Yeah, they put it under.
I'm still cool with that though.
No, it tastes fine. It tastes fine.
It's deceiving.
It is deceiving. It tastes fine. I just don't. It like slides off. It's like you take a bite.
Yeah,
and it's
and
weird
all the
how
cheese
it
comes off with that first bite.
I don't know if the pepperoni plus the sauce makes it completely like no friction. Just comes off anyway.
Yeah.
It tastes phenomenal.
It
almost
does.
all the
It does.
But we do got these. But we have a thin crust and a normal.
So you said you just eat what your kids eat?
I eat what my kids eat.
Pepperoni, right?
Yeah.
I got a thin crust with pepperoni and sausage and then a regular pepperoni. So
all right.
Whatever you want.
Well, I'll dig in. I'll take
we got
one each.
Greg Price from Health Equity. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you.
You said you were going to throw down on the pizza with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Because nobody has yet. Usually somebody takes a bite and that's hard. Like all they get throughout the whole thing.
It's hard because you talk most of the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And so it's hard. I mean, it's not a natural. As adults, it isn't natural that we just talk with our mouth full. If we were, a lot younger, this would probably be a little easier for people to throw down. Yeah. But you kind of learn. But anyway.
Well, I came to play with the pizza. So
there we go. Good. Pizza and strawberry Fanta.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Greg Price.
Okay, so you are originally from Michigan.
The greatest state.
That's where you grew up.
In the Union, yes. And I make no jokes about it. I mean, it's phenomenal. I grew up in Michigan, and I miss it. It is sad and depressing. Okay, I mean, because I'm out here in Utah. I love Michigan so much, but I mean, all my friends from high school, college had left the state. The state of the economy was pretty poor. And so I still have my parents back in Michigan. I have a brother in Chicago, a sister still in Michigan. Love to get back as much as I can. The water, the trees, the forest, the hiking, the canoeing, the sports. Yes. I mean, we don't have very good teams.
No, but where in Michigan are you from?
So it's the middle part of the state. It's called Midland, Michigan. I actually, coincidentally, I got stabbed with pencil. So if anybody from Michigan points to their hand to say where they're from.
Really?
Oh yeah, everybody. Because Michigan is shaped like a hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got stabbed with pencil lead when I was in 7th grade, and the pencil lead is still embedded in my hand. And if you take like a 1/4 inch up from where that pencil lead is,
all right.
that's where I'm at.
That's so funny. I have one of those stuck in my hand still too.
Really?
Pencil lead, yeah.
Pencil lead.
Mid-state, Midland.
Midland, Michigan, home of the Chemics and Dow Chemical.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then in that city, what college do you is it split or is it just everybody's a Wolverine?
Well, I'm a Wolverine, and if anybody's all that smart, they go for Wolverine. Go blue all day. But I have come to respect the Michigan State Spartans. I'm okay with that because it's still representing Michigan. Anything from Ohio, not a fan of. So we will cheer for Michigan blue. Michigan State green is acceptable if needed in a pinch, but as long as we're avoiding Ohio State, then we're
if needed in a pinch.
So what's your opinion of football team?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, the Big Ten just kicked off for the first time on Saturday. And so it was the first time I was driving back from St. George and listening to the game, and they had a pretty impressive win, beat Minnesota, so I'm happy about that. But, I mean, we'll see. I'm just used to doing well throughout the season, then coming against Ohio State, and we just stink it up. You should show a lot of optimism and then stink it up.
Is Harbaugh on this hot seat?
Yeah.
Because they always kind of say he is, and he doesn't win the big games, and then
he doesn't win the big games.
And then, but he is a hell of a coach.
He's a hell of a coach.
He is a hell of a coach.
Oh yeah.
Why can't he win those games? I think he's he's top. I think he's one of my. I mean, for me, he's one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, I mean, he shouldn't be on the hot seat because who are they going to get? I mean, who are they going to get that's better than him? And so.
I know it's so true. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But well, it's good. Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah. Love Michigan.
When did you come to Utah? And
Yeah.
why?
Oh, good question on that one. On why? I mean, I came to Utah. So.
I guess and when.
Yeah.
Is that my first question? Is that what
Yeah.
it
So it was around 2006. 2006. I was looking for some. I was going back to school in Michigan, and my best friend had left, and so I was kind of all by myself. All my friends had already gone elsewhere, and my best friend that we were rooming together, he left for a period of time down in South America, and so I was hanging out in my dorm room. Decided I need to do something for the summer, so I started going around trying to find different internships. I had a sister living out here in Pleasant Grove, and so I call her up and say, hey, can I come live with you for the summer? I move into my nephew's bed, and he slept in one of those like half moon chairs for the summer. So I stole his like tiny toddler bed, and he slept in
Please tell me it was like a race car bed.
No, I wish. No,
Okay.
no, it was a little bigger than that. But he slept in the half moon chair, and I stayed here for the summer, and I liked it. I always thought I was more East Coast than West Coast, even though Utah's not insanely West Coast. I moved back to Michigan and just got tired of the same old routine of just going out with friends to different places, and I just got done with it. And so I decided to move out on New Year's Day. Funny story on that. I wanted basketball shoes my whole life. I wanted like legit basketball shoes. So for Christmas, I got basketball shoes. And on Christmas Day, I'm playing basketball with my new basketball shoes, and I break my ankle. This is 6 days before I'm moving out to Utah, and I break my right ankle.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
23. And I finally got my first pair of basketball shoes.
Whose
23.
shoes did you get?
I mean, there were some Jordans of some sort.
Come on, MJ.
I know.
Come on, MJ.
I know.
Well, who else are you going to get in 2000, whatever year it was?
Yeah, 2016? Or no, sorry.
2006.
2006.
Amari Stoudemire had a shoe.
Oh,
LeBron.
You're going to go Amari Stoudemire.
LeBron had a shoe.
Yeah.
Actually, his shoe was actually probably the most comfortable shoe I ever. His first shoe.
You could have gotten Kobe's.
And Kobe.
You could have done Kobe's.
I would have respected Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, broke your ankle.
I break my ankle Christmas Day, and then I drive cross country left-footed because I broke my right ankle. So I had to drive from Michigan to Utah.
Doing with left foot gas.
It is
foot brake.
hard. It is really hard. And I started crutching around campus when I did move up here, and that's how I met my wife, actually. She saw me in my crutches, felt sorry for me, like, hey, who's this sucker over here? Like, he's a little poor boy, needs some help. And so she took pity on me, and then we eventually started going out, and now, however many years later, 12 years later.
So you met her on campus.
Met her on campus.
Where were you going to school?
So I transferred
Yeah.
from back in Michigan to BYU.
Okay.
So I was down school down at Provo, and I am a grad of both Utah schools here. I got my undergrad from BYU, or
Okay.
at least I finished my undergrad from BYU, and then a grad degree from University of Utah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I bleed blue for
Yeah.
Michigan.
That's right.
So red and blue
Not
here.
necessarily BYU.
Not necessarily. No,
Yeah,
it's
that's good.
Michigan. Yeah.
So, what did you get your degree in?
I got the degree in OBHR, so Organizational Behavior HR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you knew.
Your
you think-
is
you know
that
you wanted
that's
to
your
go there?
undergrad?
That's my undergrad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so it's actually with my broken ankle, I started working at Intermountain Healthcare when I first moved out here. And I'm sitting in orientation, and I see this guy. I'm trying to remember his name. I did talk to him plenty of times, but I see his name tag, and I had his name tag, and then I had his title, and it said HR consultant. I was like, that is the coolest thing. And so I always wanted to be a consultant. That's what I was originally going to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to study, and I had some mentors that were consultants. And so I thought like it was so cool to be able to go around to different companies and learn of their problems, challenges, and be able to help solve, provide recommendations, unbiased. You have different perspectives to come in and provide consultation with. And in talking to a number of those mentors that I mentioned, that they mentioned it was challenging in terms of like a family lifestyle, because you're out traveling for periods of time, you're inconsistent scheduling, and it can be tough to be there for your family. And so when I saw HR consultant, I was like, hey, that sounds interesting. So I followed up with that individual and started chatting with him and learned about his job. And then I got drawn more and more to HR from there. Because I view HR as being able to be internal consultants to the organization, top to bottom, left to right. There's no area, I mean, people will say like, HR needs a seat at the table. You're at every table. Like, you go sit down at any table because you're in with everybody in the whole company. And then you have the ability to provide appropriate recommendations and be able to help consult other leaders on different business challenges. And so I thought it was the coolest thing, and I still do. I still do think it's the coolest thing. HR is a great place to be. Although, I will say, caveat, we don't call it HR at Health Equity, we call it people. And there is a difference between HR and people, in my opinion, in terms of a little more traditional or archaic approaches with some ways of approaching HR and a people-centered focus.
It's like director of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something you see other companies are kind of doing something similar, where they just, the title itself, changing that title, just gives a different perception to the employees even,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, words matter. Your vocabulary, how you talk, obviously, words can be very hollow as well. You can say, hey, we have integrity, and then, you can go below that in a second as well. And so ideally there is meaning behind the words that you speak. And so we do have a number of quirks at Health Equity that in terms of words that we really try to focus on. And saying those words help, but really there needs to be meaning behind those words to ensure that that's coming to place. Yeah. And that's what we look to focus on, and that I believe. And you do see a lot of individuals within HR, people community, heading that way, trying to be a little more innovative with what the HR function can be. Right. And that's what's exciting, because nobody wants to be boring HR.
I think that's been the case with.
But that's what people think.
Everyone
thinks that.
That's
the
thing is like, oh, damn, HR, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody that's been on here is that same mindset. Like, it's changing, it's evolving.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
So what were you doing at IHC? What was your role there?
Oh, I mean, I was a grunt of sorts.
Okay.
I moved out here and just looking for a job, and I really didn't stay there very long, because I was just looking for a job to get some money when I first moved out here. And so I helped deliver food to the customers, or to the patients. So I was in some food services, giving food, passing the meals, mealtime, lunch, dinner, coming around to the patients.
Yeah. And then so that was just a small time. But did you go right to your postgraduate degree? Did you go right after BYU? Or was there any type of period in between, and then kind of the job stages?
Yeah. So that was interesting. So in 2008, when I was graduating my undergrad, and there was the economic downturn in 2008, 2009. Yeah. I have two older brothers who graduated with their undergrad and then started working with their companies, and they stayed working at their companies for about 9, 12 years respectively. Economic downturn hits, they both lost their jobs. And it was at the same point in time that I was graduating with my undergrad that this was occurring. And they talked about how, kind of unprepared they felt at that time, because they hadn't been looking around. One of my brothers in particular, he was back in Illinois, and he mentioned that he really wished he had his grad degree at that time, because he always had intentions of getting his grad degree, but then never did. But that economic downturn forced him to do it. And so I thought at that point in time, I had a job offer for a company out in California, which was a fine job offer, but it wasn't anything crazy. I saw what my brothers were going through and decided I'm going to flip in and get that MBA at that time.
Yeah.
And so I really transitioned very quickly from undergrad to the grad program, learning those lessons from my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how many years was the Utah?
Oh, 2-year program.
So just 2 year, yeah.
Yeah.
And you did, and it wasn't like a hybrid, like executive type program. You just went 2 years straight through.
2 years straight through.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the second year, so in the second year I started working at Health Equity. And not going to lie, the second year I wasn't the greatest student because I started working at Health Equity and I started investing a lot of the time there. And so, I mean, I passed, I got good grades, nothing crazy there, but...
You got a degree. That's
I got a
what
degree.
matters, right?
Yeah.
You got the plaque. You got the certificate. It says I got a degree.
Absolutely. Well, I remember standing in line to walk on stage with my undergrad, and I was by these other people, and they were talking about how they were just so done with school. I'm so done. I'm ready to check out, blah, 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 blah. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not that done. I had ambitions to be able to get like certifications or another degree of some sort. And then I started going to get the grad program, and then I started working at a company that I really enjoyed with Health Equity, and then I started seeing, you know what, I am kind of done with school now. I'm ready to be done. Yeah. And so when I was walking for that grad, I was the person standing in line like, I'm done. Let's pack this away, be done.
So have you been anywhere else since then?
Since Health Equity, no. I've been with Health Equity for 10 years.
Dang, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Now that's a little, I mean, rare.
Yeah.
Rare. I think it's rare these days for sure.
I mean, not only with a lot of just jobs and positions, but I mean, maybe there's a couple people that we've had podcasts with that have had kind of a long, tenured like kind of you, but I mean, everybody seems like they've had good opportunities in multiple places and have really taken advantage of those, but they've transitioned quite a bit.
Yeah.
What's kept you?
Oh man, Health Equity's been great. I mean, when I was going to school, my goal was to go work for a big Fortune 500 company. I wanted to go learn from efficient operations, learn from the best practices of how the best of the best do things. And so when I graduated with my grad degree and I started, going around and interviewing for those companies, big Fortune 100 companies, and I started realizing how much fun I was having at a small company like Health Equity, where at the time we were just, all like 100 people, and we all very comfortably fit in one floor. We'd go downstairs with roller skates and like stress balls and play hockey, and it was cool. It was different, and I remember touring around a company, Boeing, and just seeing the energy was just different. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I would easily be forgotten there. I did a stint with a company called On Semiconductor down in Phoenix, Arizona, and I remember walking in and out thinking, if I didn't show up for a few days, nobody would really know or care. Like it was just a big company like that, where it didn't, there was no personal touch to it, and I didn't feel like I really had an impact. Where with a company like Health Equity, it was being as small as they were at the time, you were building new things instead of just being a little cog of the machine. And so when I started at Health Equity, there was 113 of us at the time because I knew the numbers. There was 113. Today, there's more than 3,000. So, I mean, we've gone through number of different stages of the company. It may have been one company, but it's different company continually evolving.
Yeah. Do you think that employee number 2,900 felt or feels the same way you did as employee 113?
Well, first off, we don't say employee. That's a bit of a dirty word, and so that
you can't say employee.
Yeah, that hurts my heart.
What do we have
I'm
to
sorry,
say?
You're
Teammate or team member?
Teammate,
Team
team
member.
member.
Okay.
Yeah.
Team member,
Or team member.
2,900.
That's awesome.
Do you think they felt and or feel the same way that you did as team member number 113?
That's the goal. We hope so. I mean, that's the goal. That's what we're really striving for.
I mean, you've been there for 10 years. Do you feel like that culture has been created? Like you've
Well, I
birthed
mean,
this and bred like,
I'm going to be a little more biased on it because that's part of my direct job.
Right.
You know, and that's part of my direct, areas of focus with culture and engagement. That's one of the main focuses in my role. And so I'm going to be coming at it from a biased lens, but yeah, I mean, the results have been positive. Obviously there's a lot of work to be done. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But there's some really meaningful things being done to ensure that we're able to maintain that personal touch from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000 to 3,000 to 299 or whatever number you referenced there, to help that personal touch, unique experience. And it's something that, I really feel strongly that our senior leadership is committed to. And as long as we have that support, we can get it done.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So, okay, so we're going to back up here a little bit. When you were at BYU and met your wife, how long was it before you got married?
Oh man. Huh.
Was it quick? Was it one of those where it's like, this lady, she's helped me on my crutches. She's the one. I know it. Got to bag this up.
Yeah. Good question there. So, man, I went on a date with a girl on February 13th. That's my birthday. So I went
And
to
Valentine's. February 14th.
February
Day
14th.
before Valentine's Day.
Yep. So day after Valentine's Day, I had a very awkward date with my wife, and it was insanely awkward.
Okay,
And
like how? You need to explain this. Tell me what's going on
well,
here.
okay. First off, she thought that I was going to come pick her up, and I mean, we lived in the same apartment complex. She was in 306, I was in 307, and so I told her, hey, I'm going to make dinner. We're going to go to this concert. We'll go hang out. And so she thought that I was going to come pick her up, where I was making dinner, just thinking that she'd come stop by.
Yeah.
And so time goes by, I can't remember, at 6 o'clock. And so it started off on the wrong foot from the get-go, where it was around 6:30. I was like, hey, are you coming over? And then she came over. Then we didn't really get to eat dinner because we were going to be late for the concert we were going to. You go to a concert, it's not really the most conducive to be able to, talk a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember the band?
This is going to be embarrassing. What do we got?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, I call it a concert, but I don't know if it'd classify as a concert.
Was some random band in the park or something? or
Well,
what?
kind of, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you remember the guy Kirby Hayborn.
Oh,
That was
I
on
love
BYU
Kirby.
campus.
I love
Yeah.
Kirby.
Okay, side
Yeah.
note, my sister was best friends with his little brother in high
Okay.
school.
All right.
I was friends with his little sister in middle school.
All right.
So yeah, we know the Hayborns.
All right. No, hey.
Kirby was in my. I'm LDS.
Yeah.
He was in my ward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then our ward just got split. So now he still lives by me. He's in the neighborhood, but now we're just
Well,
not.
hey.
But anyway, I love Kirby.
If word gets out to
Sons
Kirby,
of Provo, one of my favorite movies.
if word gets out, I mean, quality. Yeah, if word gets out to
Yeah.
to
But anyway,
Kirby,
so
that's
it was
where,
like a Kirby Hayborn concert.
where yes, love was achieved that night. Inspiration from Kirby himself.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was doing something on campus, and so we went, and so I don't know if it was necessarily a concert. I know he played some music. I think he told some jokes, but it wasn't like a traditional concert of
Sure.
sorts.
Yeah.
And then after
Performance
the
in
movie,
the park.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then after I go to, take her to her door, and she just wasn't really engaged in talking. And neither of us were really making a good flow in talking at all. And so we sat at her doorstep, and then we started talking. When I was dropping her off at her door, then we started talking. And then we talked for probably another 3.5 hours just at her doorstep.
Oh dang.
Oh yeah. And then since then, every day we were together. And so that I went on a date with the girl February 13th, did the Hayborn concert on the 15th. had a little break with Valentine's Day, and then from the 15th on, we saw each other all the time, every day. And then we were eventually married in October. We just hit our anniversary in 13 years.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
well,
awesome.
where's she from?
She's from here. So she's down in Mapleton.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
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 She's from
Awesome.
Okay.
Love that area.
Kids? How many?
here. 4 kids.
4 kids.
Four
How
kids.
old to youngest?
2 boys, 2 girls, 2 blonde hair, 2 brown hair, 10, well, I guess almost 11. 11 and 2.
That's the gap.
That's,
Yeah.
yep.
In between.
Kids range. A lot
11.
of fun.
So that's what? That's fifth. That's
Fifth
fifth
grade.
grade.
5th grade.
Yeah.
No, and it's crazy because, like, now that I have 4 kids, I'm like, holy crap, I'm a dad. Like, it took me this long to realize, like, holy crap, I'm a dad. I'm responsible for other humans. Like, I always knew it before, but, like, now they're starting to get older.
They get older.
Man, they're going around to the neighborhoods and, like, bringing other kids over to the house, and I turn around because I'm working. I got my headphones in, or I'm in a meeting. I turn around and there's like 10 other kids. I'm like, I am a responsible adult for all these children.
Yeah.
I do not feel qualified for this. It's weird.
I don't think it ever
Yeah.
goes away.
Yeah.
So when did you move? So when did you get married? Were you still in school?
So what, like 2009, 2008,
2007.
2007?
2007.
Yeah,
yeah.
2007. Yeah. Yeah, so I moved out. Yeah, I was still in school because I had transferred. I had gone to 3 schools for my undergrad. I did my freshman year at University of Utah. I went down to Caracas, Venezuela for an LDS mission. And then I went back to Michigan after that, Central Michigan University, mighty Chippewas, Chippewas, and then transferred back out to BYU and finished my undergrad there.
Okay.
So in 2007, I was still a student at BYU, and my wife and I got married then.
Got married. And then you jumped right into your MBA.
MBA.
And then when did you go to Phoenix? Was it after that?
It was between years of MBA. So
Okay.
when I finished the first year at MBA and then went down to Phoenix, and then moved back up from Phoenix and finished the MBA.
Okay.
And it was actually because of that role down in Phoenix that I got my start at Health Equity. Well, it helped get my start at Health Equity. I was doing some work with compensation and benefits down in that company on Semiconductor. And when I was moving back up to Utah, they made the recommendation, hey, this company is awesome. Go check them out. They're located up in Utah.
This is Semiconductor that.
On Semiconducor said that, yeah, my boss.
Did they use Health Equity?
They used Health Equity,
for
yep.
the HSAs and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. And so they loved Health Equity and made the recommendation. And so when I was moving back up here, I got started on. Tessa White hired me in.
She's our guest tomorrow.
Hey, there you go.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Where's
So-
she at? Yeah. Anyway.
She's doing her own thing. So when you started, did you start in the HR department?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Tessa and I, the two of us. I
Okay.
mean, we
Well, yeah, I guess at that point,
100.
you don't need more than necessarily 2 at that point.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so the two of us were figuring things out, and then, it just grew significantly from there. It's been great.
Dude, that's awesome. She's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, that's, 100 to 3,000,
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
that's a major growth.
Yeah.
Imagine like building changes and, just locations and,
Yeah, where'd you
man,
guys
holy
start
crap.
at? Where's your first building? Has it always been in Draper?
Well, technically. Health Equity originally started in Tucson, Arizona, back in
Okay.
like 2002. And so started in Tucson, Arizona then, moved up by the sewer plant in American Fork, 2005, and then have been at that location just a mile away since 2007.
Okay.
And now we got
Yeah.
3 buildings up
The
there.
3 up there, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
are you still in Arizona? Like, are you in other states as well?
Arizona, Texas, Kentucky, Milwaukee.
Are these actual brick and mortar buildings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well, and that happened with an acquisition that occurred last year. And so
Right.
there was a company acquisition, and we really expanded a lot of things through that process.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about Health Equity. I imagine most people have probably have heard the name and know, but tell us what health equity does.
Finishing my pizza
There
here.
we go. Yeah, see? That's why people don't eat.
No, I know. Yeah,
You
yeah.
just get to talk for an hour and a half the whole time.
It's funny because I've always, by the name, I've always assumed, something in healthcare or health benefits of some kind.
Yep.
But literally, I don't even really, I think Kim Bass worked there.
She did.
Kim Bass.
Yeah, yeah. I hired
Yeah.
her a long time ago.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she works
She
for
works here.
us.
Yeah.
She is our.
Is she
head-
here?
No, she isn't here today.
She's
so
down in like.
she
southern
is the
Utah?
only employee that we've, she kind of floats around from home to here with
Yep.
COVID and stuff.
Yep.
Most of them are back now, but she is the head of our client happiness department.
Hey.
She runs all of our stuff. But anyway, I was going to say, yeah, Kim Bass worked there for a while.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
She loved
yeah,
it.
no, I remember Kim very well.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, health equity. And so, look, I'm going to do a little bit of a dance in terms of talking about health equity because, I don't want to breach any protocols of what we can talk about and whatnot. I'm not a designated health equity spokesman yet.
Right. Okay.
So,
okay.
no, but overall, health equity,
You're not going to get in trouble if I tag health equity, are you?
I hope not.
Okay. I've had to
We
edit
can-
a few things from some people like, hey, by the way, I didn't know that I couldn't say this. Can you take this
We can always
specific
edit. We can just
number out?
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to avoid
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I think it's fine to tag it in, but at the same
it's
point in
your,
time,
it's your employer. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah,
giving
yeah.
them a good shout out.
I'm giving a good shout out. No, I'm biased about health equity, but I'll never be a salesy. Like, people got to choose their own place for them. Like, there are a lot of great companies out there. Health equity is one of them. And health equity, I stand by the story in terms of how great of a company it is with the leadership. First, I'll say it starts with this. In terms of our founder, Steve Nealman, he has this, passion and energy for the team member experience that has been consistent throughout health equity. So we talk about the company culture, being able to scale it from, 2 to 5 to 10. It starts with that tone at the top, and we have been very fortunate with our senior leadership, starting with Steve Nealman in particular, to be able to bring that in and have that as an emphasis. It makes jobs like mine a lot easier to have that support from leadership to be able to care about that. But health equity, think of it as like the financial side of healthcare. We help individuals connect health and wealth. People are going to be spending money on healthcare. Great. Well, let's help you better save and spend your healthcare dollars in smarter ways. People are going to spend money on retirement. Let's help you better save and spend your dollars there as well. And so at the end of the day, we will partner with customers, members, partners out there to help empower them to better save and spend their healthcare dollars. There's a lot more I could go into that I would love to nerd out on, but that is the gist of it.
So
there.
who are your clients? Who is the ideal partner for health equity?
Me.
So like a Morton would be an ideal partner for health
Yeah,
equity.
because we take our employer groups that we have, and those employer groups who have FSAs and HSAs use health equity.
And they would use health equity to facilitate those things. And you don't direct to consumer. Rarely direct to consumer. So it's really the partners, the Mortons of the world or whatever that is you connect with, and then okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
or employers directly.
Directly to the employer itself.
To the employer that then offers it to their employees. Yes.
Right.
Yep. And so we have a large client base, number of partners, and large number of partners as well that I could share offline as well in terms of some of that as well. We're very large at what we do. There's other companies that do what we do, and we look to help focus on really superior education in that process. That's where we believe we can beat individuals. Probably need to edit that part out, but yeah, I'm trying to do a little bit of a dance because we recently came out with this like social media policy in terms of different activities.
So you can't say necessarily you kick the crap out of the competition.
Oh, we absolutely can.
Oh, you can say. I'm just kidding. There we go. That's good.
No, it's a really good company. In terms of, being part of a winning, growing organization, but then also very employee-centric, team member-centric organization. Not perfect, but it strives to do the right thing in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of momentum to be able to back that up, to have a top company culture, and to have the growth of the organization as well to be able to back it up and support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any huge impacts with COVID? Did you have to have any layoffs, any furloughs?
Yeah, great question. So, no. I mean, what we have had happen, I mentioned this acquisition. We had an acquisition that occurred about a year ago, 13 months ago. And so we've been going through COVID and the integration of these two companies. And so that has been, unique challenges in and of itself. And so there have been some impacts, but it's acquisition related because of the integration, not necessarily due to COVID.
Right.
With COVID, I mean, there's obviously impacts that are, we've cut down on some ancillary benefits that have been provided, like, we have a gym and fitness reimbursement or like a tuition assistance. So there's been some ancillary benefits that have been, reduced to monitor spend, but we look to maintain as many team member jobs as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that probably 98%, right, are remote.
Yeah.
Do you think that, is that going to change for you guys? When you say, finally you say, okay, we can come back to the office, are you guys going to implement a flex work schedule, do you think? Do people like it? Do they want to be back? How is everybody handling that?
Oh,
And logistically,
man.
just managing that.
It's a wonderful question, because it's really interesting, because you really don't want to go, halvesies. Because if you say hey, you can come back, but not, really come back, then you can have the burden of having to commute in office, but not have the benefit of having the office feel and environment, because there's so many protocols that are in place, or most of the individuals flexed out and went home. And so if you want to come back, it's a very interesting balance. And so we're evaluating, we don't have the answers yet. We're doing a lot of evaluation. Team member sentiment is they feel like we can achieve a good amount of productivity remote. And we've done that. To be able to see, we're about 6 months into this, and we've had good productivity as a company, but there are definitely some pockets or concerns of individuals that just miss the interaction. For me, as a people person,
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss being able to interact with people, new hires in particular. We had over 100 individuals start yesterday.
Really?
In a remote work environment in the different states and locations. Trying to conduct that virtually is tough.
Yeah.
And the team member experience for them coming in and getting bought into that.
It's different than what it was, at least a year ago.
It is.
Man alive.
It's tough. It's tough, but you just have there's challenges in the office environment, there's challenges in the remote environment, and you just got to accept it. You got to overcome whatever challenges you're going to be facing, and we'll swing at it.
Yeah,
We'll
you'll
have
see.
fun along the way,
Yeah.
doing it.
Do you have a preference? You miss the people, so I'm assuming you probably want to be in
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, I do. My personal bias, so this is fully gospel of Greg here, but my personal bias is that unlimited PTO was kind of a thing for a period of time, and a lot of people started seeing a lot of momentum with unlimited PTO. But then there was kind of this, I don't know, ambiguity of how people could manage unlimited PTO. I think unlimited PTO can work very well, but they still need boundaries, because you can't go unlimited PTO. I'm going to be gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
Continue to pay me. That's not how it works. And so some boundaries need to be in place. And if companies can do that well, they'll make that work. I think this flex work environment is kind of the same, that you'll see a lot of momentum of individuals that want to go remote, but then where are the boundaries of what works? And companies that can be very effective in communicating some of those boundaries to make it effective will make it effective and will be successful. But it comes with some of those boundaries and communications, because team members, they need to know what they're empowered to do. If they feel okay, you have flex, go work remote. Okay, Am I comfortable working 2 weeks straight remote, 2 months? You got to give them some reassurance or boundaries along the way that, like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
So my personal bias, I do feel there are a lot of benefits from the remote or from the in-office work. My observation is that we can manage effectively remote. Here's the work that needs to be done. Go manage it out, get it done, blah. What you miss in the in-office is just those little ideas. Hey, Brent, I had this idea. I was talking to Sally, and we were thinking about this problem, and it just starts generating different ideas.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's just those small little interactions.
You don't have that.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I think like the remote workforce, I personally don't see it lasting.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, some companies can do it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is kind of a
I just
follow-up
think
question,
that
too.
like being with people, like you said, just having those conversations where it generates ideas, like I don't think it'll happen. I think people miss being with people,
Yep.
talking to their peers.
Yep.
Like I just don't see it
Yep.
for
I
some.
agree.
Yep.
Saying that they're going to do it, I don't think it'll last.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've heard a couple different conversations, not rumblings, but it's more working remote. It's like, okay, that's great. Some of the cultures have to transition though, because it turns into more of a black and white. Have you got your job done? Here's the line, here's the black and white. If you haven't, then you're done type of thing, or not done, but there's no gray area when you're working remotely because it's so hard to manage that and know where your benchmarks is. So you have your quota is your quota. If you meet it, fine, whatever. You're working from home.
Yeah.
We know what you're doing, but different than when you're in the office where it can be like you can be helping them and there's that gray area of their work performance versus other things, and that some of the cultures of companies have changed or are changing because of the remote work.
Oh, yeah.
And not only, I'm talking just for performance reviews, that one specific type thing. I mean, the culture obviously has changed because you're not with anybody and you're not in the cafeteria, you're not out playing volleyball, and you got all your activities with some of these cool benefits that people or the companies have. But just that, it's just totally different with performance reviews, and I don't know if you've seen anything like that, but.
Oh man, I mean, this is where like I get excited about like the potential of what HR or people can do. When we went to this remote state, I thought of the clip from Big Hero 6. So I got kids, so I watch these kids.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Hey, Big Hero 6, good movie.
It is.
The older brother, he holds his younger brother upside down. He says, "Hey, use that big brain of yours. Look from a different angle. Look at something different." This is a phenomenal opportunity for all these different employers, HR professionals, to look at the workplace differently and get creative to be able to solve performance reviews, how we effectively manage them, to be able to effectively manage culture in this workplace environment. And it's at times where there's a quote from this book that I read, Power of Moments. And I'm trying to remember this quote in particular, but it talks about how practicality is the burden of greatness, that it's too easy to just become practical and too practical instead of trying to iterate your ideas to innovate from there. And I would love to be able to see, and I get excited about the potential of what an HR or people function can achieve. I mean, if you don't come out of this with significantly different ways of operating your business, that is a missed opportunity.
Yes, yeah.
That is a missed opportunity for your leadership skills, for your team dynamics, for your communication styles, from your collaboration tools. That's a phenomenal opportunity that we're all forced upside down. So let's take advantage of it. So, I would like to be able to see that. I'm optimistic here or there in pockets, but by and large, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
You need some, running mates to come run with you.
Yeah.
Iterate these ideas and challenge the workplace experience. And so
There's something true. Do you like cycling?
Sure.
The Peloton, right?
Sure.
The Peloton
Yeah.
is the group of riders. That's the biggest group of riders in a race.
Yeah.
And when you're all together physically next to each other, you can go faster,
Yeah.
longer,
Yeah.
stronger.
Totally.
And if they all were spread out they would go much slower. They would hate it because they can't feed off of energy. But it's interesting how even so that right there. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody out working, it's just I don't know how. It's just that's not a Peloton. That is not the group together. It just seems like Danny said, like eventually, man, everybody really wants to be in the Peloton.
Yeah.
They want to get back together, working side by side, moving forward with all that power and energy. I don't know. I think just that personal, not literal touch, but
sure,
you got the proximity.
Sure.
Working in the same office, seeing, I don't know.
I mean, me personally, I miss it. Because, I mean, one of the main things that I'm seeing in particular is that, like, in this remote workspace, I most consistently will work with my direct leader, my direct peers, my direct leaders. Outside of that, like, you do, but in, like, group settings, not casual conversations, one-off, one-on-one. You have to really go, I don't like that hierarchical approach where you're just working, like, in your ladders, and so I work with my leader works with that team, and yada, yada. I don't like that. We're a team, but how can we get the team together more? It's significantly easier in huddle to walk by, Sally's desk and say, "Hey, Sally, what's up? How did the presentation go?" I mean, now you have to do it either through an email, which is a little more impersonal. You got to schedule time, but that like gets more, formal than you need it to, and so it's tough. I mean, for me, being a people person, I miss it. Yeah. But, making the best use of this, and our team is doing well with it as well. So I don't feel like we're missing step. We're taking advantage of the time that we have. But, I really do enjoy the office experience.
Yeah.
How many people are on your team now?
18? Around there.
Okay.
Plus or minus one, maybe.
Yeah.
Around 18.
Good team, man.
Yeah, it's big. When's the last time you got your skates on and played hockey in the office?
Way too long. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, because in the old building, like the other floors were empty. We were the only one occupying the fourth floor, and so the other floors were just vacant. And so we would strap on some skates, and so I mean, it's been years. But we did toilet race.
What's that?
We got motorized toilets and raced motorized toilets.
What is that?
Yeah.
What's a motorized toilet?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's
literally a toilet with wheels on it.
And
you're sitting on the toilet.
You're sitting on the toilet, and you have a little gas pedal. And
what do you steer with?
There's kind of the handle, like where the water's in the back or whatnot. They kind of extend that up.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We did it.
Okay.
We had a values week. That was 2 years ago. We had this big obstacle course. It was actually kind of challenging because some of the obstacles were kind of hard, and so we don't want anybody to get physically.
Right, yeah. You don't need any of that
No.
in your reports to the HR department.
Yeah, exactly. No, we don't want that. We don't want that jazz. Yeah. No, so we did get motorized toilets. We did drop ping pong balls from a helicopter one time as well, where we gathered kids around and we had a little bit of like a raffle and Easter egg hunt, flew a helicopter over, dumped out ping pong balls, and kids would run, scramble, grab one, and then whatever color was designated the winner on the spin, then they would go get a prize associated to it. So, haven't gotten roller skates, but have gotten other interesting activities in other ways.
Like, would you just get looks from everybody if, when you guys go back to the office, you just strapped on some skates and was like,
oh yeah,
skating around like, what's up, guys?
They would not know.
They wouldn't know what's going on.
No. Maybe a few of the OGs back in the day, but no.
Do you still play hockey?
No, I never played hockey. I'm terrible.
Oh, you never played hockey?
No, it's just something that we'd go do.
Okay. Because you mentioned you're playing, kind of get the skates on. Didn't you say you were playing hockey?
Well, yeah. I mean,
back in the day.
Well, yeah, okay. we would get stress balls.
I guess I just assumed that you from Michigan or something.
I know.
Then you mentioned that you're playing hockey. You must have played hockey.
Well, you'd think. I'm probably I'm not making my ancestors proud because I don't know much about
hockey
cars.
Heritage, dude.
I know.
You gotta be.
I don't know much about cars, hockey, And nowadays, I call this soda instead of pop. And that's a bit of a sin back in Michigan.
They call it pop.
Pop. Yeah,
Pop.
pop. Yeah.
Go give me a pop.
Go give me a pop, Ma.
Soda.
Soda.
What do I don't even know what I call it.
I call it soda.
I think I call it soda. You want to get a soda?
I don't know. I call it my lifeblood.
Lifeblood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lifeblood.
That's
I call
good,
it.
too.
I call it
need
chemicals.
it. Need it every day.
I need my chems.
Need
Came from
my
Jason
chems.
Bourne, the Bourne movies. Give me my chems.
My cans.
I can function every day.
From when you started at Health Equity to now, could you narrow down like what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen? Maybe 1, 2, 3 changes in the HR department that you've changed or implemented, seen.
Oh, in terms of like, so not necessarily as a company, but just like in our people team in particular?
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Oh,
anything
goodness.
that from where the HR, from the people team
Yeah, thank you.
was, how you've evolved over the last 10 years to where you are now.
Yeah.
What are some of like the significant changes you think that you've seen or helped implement?
Yeah. Well, I mean, one in particular was we got a phenomenal people leader in there in terms of my direct boss and leader. She didn't have a traditional HR background, which I think helps in driving a people function because she was really good at a lot of the people aspects. And in terms of we got to strengthen a lot of our activities from an HR compliance audit standpoint, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But where I feel like people stands in front and then uses that as the backstop instead of from more of an HR mentality potentially of having that come up and us standing behind it, waiting for things to hit that, and then we'll pick up the straps that come through. Because dealing with people is hard. I mean, dealing with people items, it takes a lot of judgment. It takes a lot of sound decision making at times, and not everything's going to be black and white. And that's where if we can empower our HR professionals, people professionals, to be empowered, make good decisions, get to know the business, get to know the people very well, you can have some really good outcomes. And so having her come in, it really helped because then we were just kind of a scrappy team. We didn't have a lot of resources, and we just built a lot of things together. So personally, I talk about this group as a core four because the foundations of the team were me and these 3 other individuals, where we were the core 4 of the team foundationally, which was phenomenal. So there was this core 4 phase. We had another phase in which we grew a little bigger, where we started getting a little more specialized in different functions. That was probably about 3 years, maybe 4 years ago now, where we started getting a little more specialization. Then obviously most recently with the acquisition, I mean that's just fundamental changes all around. I mean that has drastically changed how we're doing things, because as a company we were predominantly in one office here in Utah, and then now with this acquisition our company is significantly more geodiverse. We're out in many different locations, and we're also a significantly larger company as well. And so we have definitely become more specialized today in how we're going through that process. And it's a process. There's still a lot of work to be done to help us, better specialize in what we're doing. But it's good. I really enjoyed though that phase where they talk about like storming and norming, like where our team, that core 4, was together just solving the world, because I really didn't feel like our team had boundaries at all. It wasn't like, here's your job, here's your sandbox, you play in that.
Yeah.
It was, we're a team, let's figure it out. And we got a lot of things done. Even though this wasn't necessarily part of your direct role or responsibilities, you were able to contribute in meaningful ways throughout. And we operated as a team instead of individuals performing jobs. And that was awesome. Some of the best time that I will professionally have in my career. Hopefully it can be duplicated and continued on, because it's a blast.
That's good.
It's a blast.
I am interested to know, maybe you can't answer this, but just being in a people position, I won't say HR, what is like the biggest maybe problem or complaint that comes by your desk, do you think? Like, it's like, hey, John's eating sardines. Like, is it just like little stuff that happens, or is it like the most common thing? sexual harassment. I mean, I don't know. Like, could you narrow that down? Like,
You
say,
know-
what's the most common thing that it comes across my desk?
Great question. And I'm gonna add a little personal bias to this as well. If you have great leaders throughout your organization, they will catch a lot of that smaller ticky-tack stuff. Because instead of going to HR for sardines, or things like
Yeah.
that, they'll go to their leader, or they'll work it out with the team. So if you have a great culture, it makes your job so much easier.
Yes.
And so I'm hashtag blessed on that. But I would say it is a lot about the most common one that I would say is regarding career progression, feeling limited or stifled, potentially not. They perceive themselves as very qualified for X, and they're not getting X, and they can't see why they didn't get it, and so they want to talk about it, and so sometimes there's potential legitimacy behind it that let's talk about, let's explore. Other times it's helping individuals gain more self-awareness in terms of where they are. I mean, self-awareness is a beautiful thing for all of us.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Imagine interesting if how tactful you have to be
yeah,
with being super blunt, honest, and loving.
yeah.
But in that regard, to get somebody a little more self-aware, it's like, yeah, your BO's a little off the charts, so you can't get that management job. Would that be? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what if that was really the issue? But anyway, joking aside,
you kept looking at Danny.
no.
on that.
Danny's
Okay.
got great hygiene. Danny's
Okay.
got great hygiene. No. He's got great. He smells great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, but I mean, it's just that, I don't know. I mean, just self-awareness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and the more of
They
an open,
have become nose deaf, Danny. You stink.
the more you have an open environment, the easier it is. The easier it is to know your intentions, and you can be open and authentic and tactful in that approach, and you can talk to the individual, very compellingly. If you have that open dynamic in your culture and your relationship, and it's hard, you got to work at it. But like I once again have been I'm pretty biased in terms of the experience and workplace environment that we've had, that it makes our life a lot easier, and we have that leadership that cares at the top, and it trickles down so we can have those tough conversations and do it in a meaningful way that makes a difference. It's not always perfect, but that's the value that an HR team can bring to the company, and it's great to see.
That's good.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love it. Well, thank you. We've come to the part towards the end now.
Ooh.
Did you finish the ones with Aubrey and Jared? Did you see all the full episode?
I didn't get to the end.
Okay, good.
Oh, goodness.
That's good.
Danger zone.
That's good.
Okay.
Danger zone.
Well, we've added a few things. So one, I have 3 songs, just the
Ooh.
lyrics.
Okay.
I'm not going to sing it by any means.
Well,
I just give you the lyrics, and we're going to see if you can get them.
okay.
Okay. And then we have some would you rather questions.
So are these lyrics the same lyrics that are they? You asked of each of the guests?
No, they're all different.
They're all
Always
different.
different.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
What?
can't cheat. By,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh goodness. Depends on where I'm at.
Besides Kirby Hayborn, what kind of music do you listen to?
Oh goodness. Yeah, okay. In my car, I downloaded. I have a USB drive that it has all this music that I downloaded from the early to mid 2000s from Napster and LimeWire.
Yes.
And so my
LimeWire.
music is stuck. Yes, my
love
music is stuck in that genre,
Okay.
that day. And there are things that I had my nephews come borrow my car recently, and I told them there's some mildly to very not mildly inappropriate stuff here, so tread lightly. So,
That's
Well, I
great.
usually
when you said USB to my car,
Yeah.
I knew you were going somewhere back in the day.
oh yeah, and
Yeah,
Napster.
Oh, LimeWire, I love it. So I usually try to say, okay, when did this person maybe graduate college, or and try to go back to that era a little bit.
Okay.
I've been pretty good about getting people songs
been
that they
excellent.
know.
Yeah.
So I actually went back.
Okay.
This is like 2008 maybe.
Ooh. Okay.
So we'll see where it comes. We'll see,
All right,
we'll see how
all
we
right.
do. All right, first one. Okay. You say you searching for somebody that'll take you out and do you right. Well, come here, baby, and let daddy show you what it feel like. You know all you gotta do is tell me what you sipping on, and I promise that I'm gonna keep it coming all night long.
Oh my gosh, dude. What
Ooh.
the hell?
Ooh.
You get
You know, I was feeling a little bit of like R. Kelly Ignition in there.
Dude, that is
I
a very
wish.
good guess.
I
Same
wish.
genre.
Ooh.
yeah. Hold on. What? Same genre?
Do we want a hint?
Yeah, hint.
This person, I don't know if he founded, but took Bieber under his wing.
So Usher.
Usher. Yes.
Usher's my boy.
Usher.
Which song
Usher.
is that?
Love in this club.
Oh.
How does that even go?
In this club. In this club.
Yeah, something
in
like
this
that. I don't know.
club.
Yeah. I don't know. Greg's got it.
Oh my gosh, dang it, dude! I like Usher too. I've listened to a lot of
Yeah,
Usher.
some good songs, yeah.
Shoot, that went right over my head, man.
It's tough. I mean, yeah.
Usher,
When you don't have like
Usher,
the,
Usher.
you know, the beat going, like, it's too hard. All right.
You remember Hitch, the movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a sweet Usher song in that movie.
Yeah. That what's his face dances to.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What's his name?
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yeah.
All right, next
I
one.
dance like him.
He does.
Quality.
Paint a picture of the perfect place. They've got it better than when anyone's told you. I'll be the king of hearts, you be the queen of spades, and we'll fight for you like we were soldiers. I know we've got it good, but they've got it made, and the grass is getting greener each day. I know things are looking up, but soon they'll take us down before anybody's knowing our name.
Ooh.
And I got the chorus. They've got all the right friends in all the right places. So yeah, we're going down.
Oh,
They've
that's,
got all the right moves in all the right faces. So yeah, we're going down.
One Republic.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's good. You're good.
All the right moves. That's the song. Okay.
All the right moves in
Okay.
all the right place. I don't
Yeah,
know that
dude,
song.
that's
very well.
good. Man, I'm impressed.
All right, this one. I think you guys will get this one.
Jeez. Griggs,
Especially with the very first line, you're gonna be like, I know. I probably know who it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a young money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair. My criteria compared to your career just isn't fair. I'm a venereal disease, like a menstrual bleed, through the pencil and leak on the sheet of the tablet in my mind, because I don't write nothing, because I ain't got time. Because the seconds, minutes, hours go to the almighty dollar and the almighty power of Allah. Sister, brother, son, daughter, father, mother-loving kappas. Got the Maserati
Does he say
dancing.
mother-lovin'?
No, he does not.
Okay.
Got the Maserati dancing on the bridge, trunk popping. Tell their kappas, ha ha ha. You can't catch them if you can't stop them. I go by them goon rules. If you can't beat them, then you pop them. If you can't man them, then you mop them. If you can't stand them, then you drop them. You pop them because we pop them like Orville Redenbacher.
Woo. Oh my gosh. But dude, I have no freaking clue. No freaking clue.
I'm a young money millionaire.
I'm a young money millionaire. Hold on. I'm a young money millionaire. Well, how does that give it away?
Young money.
I'm a
Young money, baby.
Young money.
Young
Is that like his
Money.
nickname is Money?
No, that's like every song. It's like
Young
young money, boom, boom.
Okay, now sing it.
I can't sing it. It's a rap. I can't rap. Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
hold on. It's not 50 Cent.
No,
What's his name? Chris Brown?
no.
It wasn't. I mean, give us a hint. Give us a hint.
Wheezy.
Wheeze.
Lil Wayne.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Millie.
Who listened to Lil Wayne?
You don't know Lil
This
Wayne?
was a big album. A Millie.
Okay, hold
It's a
on.
Millie.
That's
What
true,
was
but
the
I
song?
guess,
What
dude,
was the
it-
A
song?
Millie is what
A
it's
Millie.
called. Yeah.
A Millie.
Dude, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
A Millie, a Millie, a Millie. Anyway, I'm not gonna go.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I've listened to one Lil Wayne song all the way through.
Oh, you would hear it.
Dang it.
You would hear it and you'd be like, I know this song.
I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Okay.
be familiar.
All
Dude,
right.
those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Okay, would you rather? The rule of
mother
would you
love.
rather is you have to answer one of them.
All right.
Okay, we have
Alright.
one that we ask
Yes.
every time.
All right.
So the first one is, would you rather take a Tiger Woods driver to the shin, like
Ooh.
he's teeing off,
Ooh.
and instead of the ball there, your shin is
Ooh.
right there,
Ooh.
and he's going to swing. He's swing as hard as he can, right to the shin, drive right to the shin. Or Barry Bonds takes his bat,
Steroid era.
steroid era, and he's going to do a home run swing right to the middle of your back with his bat. Tiger Woods to the shin or Barry Bonds to the back.
I'd be interested to know how other people have answered this. I'm going to say pretty confidently Tiger Woods shin.
Tiger
Okay.
Woods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's most
Probably
most of the
been
people.
maybe like a 70-30.
Yeah, it's like a 70-30.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like a little more upper back, like I don't know. I
It's
could
right
get
to
it,
the
like-
middle.
Yeah, that's danger zone.
It is danger zone.
Yeah.
It is danger zone. Because
Yeah.
anybody that's had back pain or back problems understands. No way do I ever want back problems.
No.
No.
Oh.
I'll take a fake leg
Yeah.
over being paralyzed,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
Okay,
But
I like this.
about 30% of people take Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get a little more scientific with the answer, but they take the bat.
Oof.
I'm going to ask this one. I like this one. Would you rather have the neck of a giraffe or the arms of a baby?
Oh goodness. Oh. Ooh. You know, I mean, you get a little bit of Deadpool in there if you take the arms of the baby. You know. Phew. Let's go, baby.
Baby arms.
Baby arms. Baby arms.
Just like, you're getting your drink.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it would be just so
You
hard.
can't even
with
put
the
your
neck
arms
of
over
a
your head.
giraffe. I mean, you wouldn't be able to like get in the car if you
drive.
sat down. You can't drive anywhere.
Sunroof.
No. Yeah,
Neck,
sunroof.
a giraffe's neck is like 5 feet long.
Yeah.
7, whatever it is.
You're going to
It
be
is
sunroof.
long.
You're going to have to live somewhere warm.
Yeah.
It's convertible.
Yep.
Oh. Like trying to lay down, shower,
Your bed has got to
Eat,
be
like, you
15
couldn't
feet
even, like,
tall.
reach. You'd still have baby arms compared to your head.
Yes.
Well, you just bring it down,
Yeah. Oh,
brush your
that's
teeth,
true.
I don't know.
Maybe with baby hands, you can grasp like little tools, and then you can, take showers and wash your hair or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Okay.
spatulas.
Yeah, I like it.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or the cause of death?
Ooh, goodness. Ooh. Ooh. Cause.
The cause.
Cause.
See, I gotta go and win. Because I feel like
That
if it
would
was
give
like
me
the
so much
cause,
anxiety.
it would. Yeah. I think both of them would, but like the cause is like, hey, you get in a car crash.
Yeah.
Can I drive today? Like, is today the day? Like every time you
You're
get in the
never gonna
car,
drive again.
you're never gonna drive. You know what I mean?
I'm not getting in any car. No one's
think-
driving me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to go.
But like time, like, I mean, then like it would just always be on my mind. Where
Yeah.
I think the other one, I think I could still like live some of my life without it on my mind.
Yeah. I mean, you might get lucky.
Good
It's like,
point.
hey,
Very good
you're
point.
gonna die of natural death. Like you're gonna fall asleep and not wake up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
All right. Would you rather have 3 eyes or have a tail?
Where are these
Well,
eyes?
what's the tail?
You're
What
gonna
tail
have
of a
a
what?
third eye, and you're gonna have
Like
you're gonna have a tail, and you're not hiding it. Like it's out.
Like a cat? Like we'll just go with like a cat?
Yeah, sure, a cat
Like
tail.
a monkey tail would be way cool because then you could like hang from it. You know?
Yeah, dude. It could give you balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, let's throw the third eye in the back of your head, just for the hell of it.
So
Then you'd be able
one
to
eye in the back of
see.
your
One
head.
eye in the back of your head, or a
See
tail of a
behind
monkey.
you.
Oh,
you can
third eye in
actually
the back
function.
of the head. Third eye in the back of the head.
Okay.
Dude, you would dominate. You could play, like imagine all like the sports you could do. Like different things, like just take advantage of a lot of stuff.
You might be able to.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Going 3 eyes?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Would you rather your fingers be as long as your legs,
Oh, good.
or your legs be as long as your fingers?
Hold on. Hold on, dude. Hold on. There's no way. What? Do they function? You're talking about like
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
have like
function.
all my knuckles and stuff is
We'll take your longest finger, dude.
my fingers are this long, and I got knuckles.
Or your
But
legs.
I only still have the same amount of
You got
knuckles.
your leg and just your little foot.
Dude, you know how slow your hands would move? Because you know why you can move them fast? That'd look weird.
Well, absolutely.
But
yeah.
then you walk like this, like
Yeah.
your hips. There's no way. That's as long as, and you have a knee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! Can I have a jazzy? Can I have a jazzy?
Because your legs are going to function.
I know, but so you're saying like there's no jazzy.
No, your legs are going to function. You're going to
Oh,
walk,
no.
but
No
you're just going to
skateboard
Maybe
have.
I have a jazzy.
You're going to have just little steps, man.
How would you even go through Disneyland? I couldn't even get on rides.
I don't know.
Maybe I could hide. No, I may take the fingers. You couldn't get on rides.
Could you get on rides with your fingers? Like
Well, that's
that?
what I don't know. Maybe you stick them in your pockets or something. Long
Stick 'em in
pockets,
your
and they just
pockets.
don't know that you got these long fingers. You could hide the fingers down your pant legs.
So this whole thing is just what you would pick is based off of a ride at Disneyland.
Well, no, because I hate Disney. I don't like Disney in general. Dude, I don't know. Can you imagine how many people would think that though? Like, I can't get on a ride at Disneyland. I wouldn't care, personally. But the jazzy, I think I would want. But if I can't have that,
Yeah, no,
Greg?
I mean, I would go for legs if I can have some type of chair.
Device
if
to
I'm not having
get you.
chair, like, I mean, you'd have to take.
Dude, it would take you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to walk
get
to
anywhere.
your car parking lot into the grocery store, you'd have to plan 10 minutes extra time.
I'd probably get the fingers and get them amputated.
No amputation.
No amputation.
No.
That's a tough
Okay.
one, Reed.
Going legs.
That's one of the weirder visual. I'm trying to visualize.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you rather have to wear a thong every day or high heels? And everybody knows that it's like, oh, there's Greg and his thong again. And obviously they're going to see the high heels.
But do they know you wear thong?
Oh, yeah.
You can, even though it's under
Yeah, they just
it's your underwear.
bend
they
over.
know you're
you
wearing
bend
a thong.
over, you got the whale tail. They know.
Tail, tail.
They know.
Or high heels?
Yep.
Thong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shame. No shame.
I'll
Own
take
it.
that. I'll take that. Would you rather have no nose or no ears? You can still, right? It's still gonna be there. You can still hear and smell, but it's just gone.
No
So
nose.
Visually,
or
really,
no
it's-
ears.
Yeah. Visually, what would you go with? I think I'd go ears.
Taking the ears
Ears.
off.
Ears.
Ears.
Because you can cover those up.
Yeah, totally. You,
You
can't
know,
cover
in
your
public.
nose. Yeah.
You'd look like Voldemort, dude, or whatever. Like just no nose, kind of weird.
The name. You're not supposed to
You don't want to
speak
scare
about that
kids.
name. No. Would you rather have edible spaghetti hair that
Oh.
regrows every night, or sweat maple syrup?
Maple syrup.
Hold on, dude.
I don't know if
What?
that's close.
Hold on.
Maple
Oh,
syrup.
I sweat so much though.
Yeah,
That
but
there's
I
no
love-
way
I
in
love
hell.
pancakes.
There's no way I could do sweat maple syrup. I'd have to take the other one. Just deal with
Just spaghetti hair.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti hair that's edible. I mean, at least you could eat it,
Yeah.
or you just cut it.
Yeah.
No.
Syrup. I'm taking syrup.
Syrup.
Oh yeah, I love breakfast food.
Just
too
get a
much.
little jog and then just kind of
Yeah,
rinse your
dude.
hand just on your
Little-
pancakes.
little-
Oh my
square.
gosh.
Never
dude.
buy.
You'd like you're squeezing out
Pancakes.
like your syrup.
Dude,
in
you could
your
probably
pancakes.
sell. There's
You
there's
make
somebody
money
out
off
there
it.
that has like a
Yeah.
Body
fetish
syrup.
of some sort that's like, I love body syrup. Like, I want to
Body
buy this. That's what you could call it, dude. Body syrup by
Body
Greg.
syrup.
But
Body
then they'd be
syrup by
like,
Greg.
dude, you
Money
gotta go.
maker.
Hey, we're low. Our our inventory's low, dude. You got to go work out. We got to get more body syrup.
Yeah.
There's like one dude providing all body syrup.
By one guy.
He's just, you got to work out all day long, every day.
Would you rather live without the internet or live without air conditioning and heating?
What?
I unfortunately did both when I was down in Arizona. I had a car with no AC, and then we didn't have any internet when we were down there as well. And so I lived without the internet back in the day. I've grown way too comfortable with the internet now.
Yeah, I'm saying now, right? Because the same thing. Like, I didn't have
Yeah.
the internet. I didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
But like now,
Now,
like we're not traveling back in
Just cut
time
it
because
off.
that'd be
Done,
easy. It's
done.
just today. It's like, hey,
If you don't,
don't have
have
internet?
internet, you can't stream Netflix.
that's brutal.
You can't
You
watch.
can get a blanket. You can get.
You got books.
Yeah, I'm
You
keeping
can't even
the internet.
but you
Keeping
can't
the
download
internet.
an audiobook. You got to go to the library.
I'm keeping internet.
You got to go get your Discman, put in your
Discman.
USB, get all your LimeWire music back into the Zune.
The
Remember the
Lime.
Zune, the Microsoft
The
Zune, dude?
Zune.
It was
Yes.
the I had one.
Would you rather never be stuck in traffic again or never get sick again? I'm saying pre-COVID when there was more traffic.
I hate traffic so much.
I know, it's the worst.
I hate it so much.
See, I would take traffic because I get sick, but I don't ever get like bedridden sick.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably take traffic.
You would take no traffic.
No traffic.
Yeah, I think that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have out of control body hair or a strong, pungent body odor?
Oh.
And it's like if you try to, right, it's out of control. If you shave it, it's growing back. Like it's not.
Taking body hair. I had somebody, back in the day who had some strong smelling, and it was not.
Dude, no one wants
It was
to be
bad,
around.
yeah.
that.
No, it's
No.
it's awkward.
You can't
Yeah.
cover it up.
No.
Yeah. Just be that hairy guy.
Yeah, you just
It's who I am.
Yeah.
It's who I am.
Yeah. Bear.
Would you rather have chapped lips that never heal or terrible dandruff that can't be treated?
whoa, 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 whoa. Terrible dandruff.
Yeah.
Chapped lips.
Doesn't matter the amount of chapstick that you put on. You're
Dandruff.
having chapped lips.
Don't wear black. Just
I accept
dandruff.
that. I accept that. Yeah. I'll go dandruff.
Oh man, the lips. They're always like, dude, they cut and they start bleeding.
Yep.
I hate that.
I just always.
Yeah, but see, if you don't wear black,
But if it's so terrible, if it's so bad, do you think it's still going to be noticeable?
Wear a hat all the time.
yeah, I do.
Shave your head.
Yeah.
And you still get it.
Dandruff comes from your scalp, though, anyway.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Would you rather sleep with your first cousin, but no one would know, or you not sleep with him, but everybody thinks and believes that you did, no matter what you tell them? They, in their heart of hearts, knows Greg slept with his first cousin.
Okay, hold on. You sleep with him, no one knows.
No one knows.
Except for the first cousin.
Yep. No one will ever know. Or you don't, and everybody's like, damn it, Greg, we know you slept with your first cousin. We know it.
It's a little awkward. Is probably.
Because guess what we're doing right now? We're picturing one of our first cousins that you would ever have thought maybe it's just cute. Because I think honestly, sleeping with your first cousin is just more frowned upon. It's not necessarily like a rule.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ruling there.
Yeah,
I would
haven't explored.
I don't know if I'm the type of guy that would enjoy everybody just thinking that I did, even though I didn't. Can you pick which cousin?
Sure, dude.
Yeah, I think I'd take the sleep with the cousin and no one knows.
Okay.
Instead of like just everybody thinking that you just slept with your cousin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, like what's interesting.
Take the morality out of the equation, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah.
I talked with somebody probably about a little more than a year ago when the acquisition was happening, and I'm talking to them for a period of time, trying to work on a project. They work for a different company here local, and we had been talking for about 4 months, and then they came on site with a larger group of individuals, and he comes up and talks to me. He said, "Hey, man, it's been so long." I was like, "What are you talking about? We just talked like last week." And he's like, "Yeah, it's probably been about like 20 years since I last saw you." He's my cousin. I had no idea.
Oh, really?
We'd been talking for about 4 months. I once tried to recruit my uncle, and I didn't even know.
Really?
I'm the youngest of 7 in my family, and so I don't
you
know.
You have
Yeah.
I don't know who
unknowns.
I got unknowns. Yeah, no, I don't.
You
I
might
don't-
not even know
Yeah.
who's your first cousin.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do.
But you do.
You do.
You do know him.
You do know on this. You know, Sally, that's my first cousin. It's going down.
It's going down.
If you can, I say if I can pick the cousin, I'm in. I'll do the first.
Sure.
Reality aside.
I'll tag along because
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even
just
know.
like, yeah, I mean, all your neighbors.
I don't
you
know
don't
who
know.
my cousins are. I don't know.
Yeah, and then that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Done.
Done.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Greg Price, thanks, man.
Hey,
It was awesome
thank you.
having you.
Thank you.
You were great.
It's been fun.
Cut and thanks, man.